Welcome back, and if this is your first time watching, my name's Brandon, and I sell men's clothing on eBay. This is day 80 of the What Sold series, where I show you my daily eBay sales. And at the end of the video, we'll go over the net profit for the day. Let's not waste any time, let's jump right into those sales. The first sale of the day was this Polo Ralph Lauren polo shirt in a men's medium. It was an older one from the 90s. It sold in 5 months for a best offer of $8 plus shipping, and that was with a few flaws on it. So number 2 was this 80s Rain Spooner Hawaiian shirt in a men's medium. This sold in 3 days for a best offer of $22 plus shipping. I think this one might have had a few small flaws on it, and it wasn't the best print, but these Rain Spooners from the 80s are some of the best ones to sell. You can usually tell by the label. When it has that yellow label, that means that it's going to be from the 80s. So number 3 was this Zion Rootswear Bob Marley t-shirt in a men's medium. This took about a year and a half to sell, and it sold for a best offer of $3 plus shipping. After that long, I'm just happy to move it out of the store. So number 4 was a pair of vintage Levi, I think these were like corduroy flare pants, and they sold in 9 months for the full sale price of $32 plus shipping. So number 5 was a Lacoste polo in a men's size 3, so a smaller size, and it took 69 days to sell, and it sold for a best offer of $18 plus shipping. When I'm picking up Lacoste items, I like to look for unique items, and this one had a pocket on the front, and it was a long sleeve, so it made it a little bit different. That's why I picked it up, and it sold decently. So number 6 was a Rain Spooner Hawaiian shirt. This is one of the 4th of July ones, and this one's from 2002. It wasn't a men's XL, and it sold in 4 months for a best offer of $25 plus shipping. If you hold these until closer to 4th of July, they sell in like the $35 to $45 range, but at this time of year, I'm just happy to move it. So number 7 was a Link Sole golf polo shirt in a men's medium. This took 11 months to sell, and it sold for the full sale price of $9 plus shipping. So number 8 was a Roper cowboy western shirt in a men's medium. This one sold in 12 days for a best offer of $24 plus shipping. Anything with that Aztec or Southwestern print on it, that's a western shirt, I'm usually looking out for. And even mediocre brands like Roper, it still sells really well. So number 9 was a BKE buckle pearl snap shirt in a men's large. It was a short sleeve, and it sold in 3 months for a best offer of $10 plus shipping. I feel like these used to sell a little bit better than this, but as of late, most of these have not been selling for very much money, so I'll probably be passing on these going forward. Sale number 10, so this is the first item from my auctions. I auctioned off, I think, the 22 oldest items in my store. They were all about 4 years old, and it was a complete fail. I think only 8 or 9 of them actually sold, and they almost all sold for close to the minimum bid of $5 plus shipping. And I mean, this is an older band shirt. It's for Billy Squier. It's from 1981. And I mean, this should have at least some value of $20 or more, being so old, even with it being so distressed. But after that long, I was just looking to move some of these. Like I said, the experiment of auctioning them off was kind of a fail, but this is what happened, and this is what they sold for. So this one took over 4 years to sell, and it sold for the auction price of $5.50 plus shipping. Sale number 11 was an Orvis heavyweight flannel in a men's large, and this one took a year and a half to sell, and it sold for the full sale price of $22 plus shipping. Sale number 12, this is the next item from the auction. This is a vintage Champion USA basketball shirt. It wasn't a youth size large, but it was new with tags. The buyer that bought this was actually just really interested in the tags. They asked that I covered it in some cardboard so they didn't get any more bent. I thought that was fine, so I went ahead and did it for him. But this took 4 years to sell, and it sold for the auction price of $5.50 plus shipping. So number 13 was a Rain Spooner Hawaiian shirt. This one had like a bunch of sea life on it, including like an octopus, a crab, maybe a lobster, some other like fish and animals from the sea. This sold in 3 days for a best offer of $30 plus shipping. Here's another item from the auctions. This is a 1996 Olympics basketball t-shirt. It was also dead stock, so it was new with tags. And like, this shirt should not only be selling for $5, but I've had it in my store so long, I've relisted it, I've discounted it. It just won't sell even for any reasonable price, unfortunately. So it got auctioned off. It took 4 years to sell, and it sold for the auction price of $5 plus shipping. Sale number 15 was a vintage wolf shirt. These are actually pretty good bolos. They usually sell pretty well, the all over wolf shirts. that are from the 90s, and maybe there's some from the 80s too. This one sold in 67 days for a best offer of $25 plus shipping. So number 16 was another Rain Spooner Hawaiian shirt in a men's XL. This took over 1 year to sell, and it sold for a best offer of $16 plus shipping. Usually these ones that just have the basic bamboo print with some flowers on them don't sell that well. So not a very sought after print, but after a year, I'm just happy to get it moving. So number 17 was a Pendleton flannel shirt in a men's 2XL. This one did have the plaid type right here on the bottom flap. This is the Black Watch tartan. I included that in the title. So it actually sold same day for a best offer of $35 plus shipping, and that was with a couple small holes on it. So number 18 was a Lululemon Henley shirt in a men's small. This sold in 4 months for a best offer of $17 plus shipping. I was expecting this to sell closer to the full price of $25, but I guess in a small size, $17, we'll take it. So number 19, I love seeing these sell. This is a Scorpion band t-shirt from that band buyout, and this one sold in 27 days for a best offer of $17 plus shipping. These are selling kind of slow, but I mean, if I sell all of them for $17, I'm going to make a ton of money, but they're definitely not selling at a speed that I would like, so hopefully we can turn that up, or if not, maybe we'll have to liquidate some of them as the months go on. We'll see what happens with them. So number 20 was a Rain Spooner Hawaiian shirt in a men's small, so not a very good size for a Rain Spooner. This sold in 3 days for a best offer of $14 plus shipping. I think it also had a couple small flaws on it, as well as being a small size. I'm just happy to get it moved out of the store quickly. So number 21 was another item from the auctions, the 22 oldest items. It was a Fat Farm Hawaiian shirt. It took over 3.5 years to sell, and it sold for one bid of $4.95 plus shipping. So number 22 in the final sale of the day was another one of the auctions. This was one of the few auctions that got multiple bids. This one sold, it was over around 4 years that it took to sell, and it sold for $8.50 plus shipping. I think this was new with tags, and the retail price on this Adidas jacket was $120. And like I said, it sold for $8.50 plus shipping. But like I said, I've tried to discount it. I've tried to do a bunch of things, and it just wouldn't move. So unfortunately, this is what it came to, and I'm just happy to see these items go. But that's it for the sales. Let's jump into the numbers. On November 19th, we sold 22 items for a total gross sales of $528.31, giving us an average sale price of $24.01. That's a super low average sale price. That is going to give us a very low profit day, but it is what it is. We ran an experiment of auctioning off those very old items. Those didn't sell well, and I'm happy to get them gone. I can take that money, reinvest it into new items that are much better, that are going to sell much quicker. So it is what it is. Let's check on the selling costs and fees and see how we did. So the selling costs were $191.22. The breakdown for that is $65.34 in eBay final value fees, $111.71 in shipping labels, and $14.17 in promoted listing fees. 9 of the 22 sales came via promoted listings. I promote all my items at 5%, except the items from the Band Tee buyout. Those are getting promoted at 10%, and one of those t-shirts did sell via promoted listings, so that was about $2 by itself in promoted listing fees. Now, if we take away the selling costs and the tax and fees collected by eBay away from the gross sales amount, that'll give us our net sales for the day of $305.59. We still need to take away our cost of goods. We're currently using an average cost of goods of $11.73. And for 22 items, that gives a total cost of goods for the day of $258.06. If we take that away from our net sales, that gives us a net profit of just $47.53. We did sell more than 20 items today, so there are some extra dollars in there that we can take from the cost of goods and keep as net profit, because we're only going to be reinvesting 20 items worth of cost of goods because we're only listing 20 items a day. Still doesn't give us very much money. Like I said, we auctioned off those older items. They were, if we're using the average cost of goods on those items, then technically those were all actually losers, and we lost money on them. But like I said, I'm happy to get those items out of my store, especially they've been in there for 3.5, 4 years, and I like to move items quickly. So I'll take that money, I'll reinvest it in items that I know will sell quickly, and then we'll make plenty more profit on that money. So no problem. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for day 81 of the What Sold series. Peace.